Hello everyone, and welcome back a little bit more of Space Engineers. This is something new, or at least a little bit new, not much. New to me, because this is a new server. We are, hold on, let me get back to my body. I was just watching the same YouTube channel as you have. I wanted to show you around this place. This is a new server that I was trying to build. It's my own. And I have only 2 people here besides me. What the hell is that? This was meant to be a heavily modded server, so it downloads like 5 gigabytes of mods, all sorts of stuff, new planets and NPC encounters are everywhere. It's meant to be moderate difficulty. I have not added anything like scrap or survivor unlikely or anything like that. But it has enough NPC mods that you are most certainly seeing multiple things on your screen. Hold on, let me put my screen displays on. You see civilians there and we just logged in. And I meant this to be something where I can play Automaton's update on. It's not out yet at this point when I'm filming this. But, the goal will be to have all sorts of NPCs and fractions and everything. And then I can build sort of like a wandering base here with drones. And then I can perhaps, experience the drones update that way. I see how it goes later on. If the server is not too laggy, I might even add other players to this. For the moment, I'm quite happy with what we have built here. We are actually in a big asteroid, a hollowed out asteroid. Let me get out here so I can show that to you. You have seen enough of my room. Alright, I was here with another friend of mine called Serenity, and she started building her own place up here. First we had a little bit of an issue orienting ourselves. I thought this will be the up and down, that's why I built that door there. But it turned out she meant it like this. So this would be the... So it is working. Yesterday I built this one here. It's a sensor that is triggering the timer block there, that after 30 seconds it is closing the door. And the sensor is supposed to open the door and then wait 30 seconds and then close it. Yesterday when I was trying to get out it was not working, but now it is. And I have no idea why, because I will show you. It is actually set for triggering to everything, back extend, front extend. As far as I can tell, that's down and up in this orientation. Audible proximity alerts, detecting small ships, large ships, subgrids, friendly, neutral. And yesterday when I was in my small ship, it was not opening the door, so needs more testing. I also need to build like 3 more to the other side of that door as well. That will open it up whenever I need to leave. I built this one small ship here. This is a modified basic miner. So if you respawn, you have an option to respawn in a miner ship. And I took that and I modified it significantly to suit my needs. For one, it only had this one large container and the drills were only connected to it with small tubes. I now changed that So I have medium containers all around, and a junction somewhere under here that goes into the large port of the large container. So now technically I can take this, remove the drills, add welders instead of it, and it will be a suitable welder ship, because you know it has access to all its inventory. So I can connect, I can pull in all the materials that I need. Although I do need to check that, because I suspect that the bottom of this is not large grid, but I might be wrong. In any case, I need to check. But I have a connector here, so technically I can move stuff between the connector and the other grids. And this, so technically what I'm trying to say is that this is available to be in a welder ship variant as well. And I was planning to do some modifications, like instead of the large container I will move the cockpit back and build something to the front which is like heavy armor. So this will also be available as a fighter ship eventually. I built this welder pit here, which is also sensor activated. So if I come here, you can tell that it is not currently active, but I can go in sensor range, or at least I supposed to, and then it is switching everything on, and after like 30 seconds it is not switched on anymore. It will just switch off automatically. So technically when I got damaged, I can fly in here, fly above this, it will activate, it will fix everything on the ship, and then it deactivates. I have an obelisk here. I will see if I can actually show that. Our current goal is to leave this asteroid at some point. Let me get to my key menu, and I activate the obelisk as something green so we will recognize, and then I go into spectator mode, and then let me zoom out of here. So this is our asteroid. It's a large one. It's a very, 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 very large asteroid, so we have time to expand. Let me go into the rock a little bit and I'll show you where we have been. So we only built in that small section of it, but the whole asteroid still remains to be constructed in. I'm not yet sure how we will do that. Since this is more or less the orientation, I might take this whole section out and make it a large grid ship bay. This seems to be at least a little bit protected, and this flat surface here looks fairly good. But we will see. Then I have a lot of projects to do. The system has multiple planets. Let me see if I can just showcase a couple of them to you. Yeah, these are the closer planets. I'm not yet sure. This is like a deserty planet. Let me slow down a bit. With pink trees and savannas. This will be optimal for some desert shenanigans. I have this one here called, I think, Andor or something like that. This is with large trees. You don't see it from here, but yeah, it is starting to load in. Look at that. I know it looks a bit shitty. I mean, these trees don't look particularly good. But, you know, it still can be fun to have a ground base here and just build something like a ground vehicle to move through this thick forest. And when you look up, you see the other planet there. Pretty cool. But it's just forest as far as you can see. Oh, it has a little lake here. I didn't know. That's cool. It also has some valuable materials here. You can see it from the dark spots. Would be nice. There's, I think there's a Pertam here somewhere. I'm not sure. Let me get in here. This was an unmarked planet. I put out like 6 or 7 planets. Yeah, this looks like a Pertam. And I have this one here, which is... Slow down, boyo. Hold on, let me need to go a bit faster. And then slow down. This was meant to be like a howling moon. I'm pretty sure you can hear it in your earphones, that the wind is blowing on it. I really liked it. It was interesting to see, and it has thick grass on everywhere. It was good for, I initially tried to add a fog to this because it looks a little barren. But wherever it has some foliage, it looks pretty good, like an endless flowery fields with a large planet. So I kept this one even though it doesn't have anything. I put a standard moon next to it just for aesthetics. This doesn't have anything specific. I might have added some effects to it. Let me come a bit closer. I know for some planets I have chosen a specific weather just so it will not look that vanilla, but I guess it's not this planet though. It's just a standard moon. Anyway, what I wanted to show is that, let me get through this planet and I will show the obelisk. There are 2 other planets that I don't even want to check. And we have a large Jupiter here, and 2 other planets beyond that. The Jupiter has a gigantic gravitational field, so from this distance I would experience like half G. Well, not half G, but 0.1 G, I would say. If you get this close, the surface is quite barren, so there's literally nothing in it, just a barren rock face. But the surface has 24 G, so anything that comes close to it, it will crash into the surface. And it has this small red rocky planet that I learned to like very, very much ever since I built my Hardspace Shipbreakers world, which was on the same planet as this one. Hold on, where the heck did that go? Yeah, this is it. And on here I have built a small structure which is a modded obelisk block, and the terrain will load in, don't listen to that, and it should load in the rest as well. I used voxel hands to create sort of like this bridgey area here leading up to it, and I also put some decoy blocks which are self-repairing here because it was kept destroying. This is one of the quest related blocks that I have added into the server. This was meant for another server like several months ago. I was planning another server which was basically planet hopping, going from one planet to the other, but not by flying, but by basically catapulting myself from one planet and ending up on the other one. Of course here the planets are too far away to do that, but I might still find out something like this. The idea behind that obelisk was that it has this blue marble in it, and there would have been a planetary alignment. And if you look at the planetary alignment, this looks like these holes in the obelisk, and the blue marker is basically where you are. And the idea was that there will be one on each planet, and depending on how close it is in the alignment, the ball would be up in one of the other holes. So, you could tell that it's a planetary alignment and you are on the 7th planet or something like that. And the good part in this one is that it is actually a booby-trapped treasure. I built this myself when I was actually fairly in a creative mode. And the point is that you need to find the one switch that is opening up the secret hidden compartments. There are 4 compartments, and if you open up all of them, they are actually under, let me see if I can go into this. They are here. If you find the right switch, this block will turn, and that will reveal the switch. If you release one switch, those vents will start spewing fire. And if you release all 4 of them, this whole platform will raise up to the sky. It has some pistons in it, and it will reveal the treasure within, which is a golden container with some goodies. And well, in this server I only put the locations of other planets there, so you have at least a waypoint location. If you would have not discovered all planets yet, you would be able to just have a waypoint to all of them. Not waypoint, more like a coordinate, GPS. So that's the only interesting part in it. So our goal at the moment on this server cluster is to basically get to this obelisk and then, I don't know, profit. The plan is that we just play along, and since there are a lot of NPCs, I will try to create some drones that will...
Energy critical.
I will create some drones that will be helping me going from planet to planet. Maybe the goal will be to visit and build on each of the planets. With my 2 esteemed colleagues here, we will try to make this an interesting play. And I will put some videos on it on my channel for those who are interested in space engineers. I will try to film something which is more interesting than this intro, like action, fighting with reavers, and going for salvaging and looting runs. But this was the first intro, just to show you where we are and what you can expect. This is in a way, this is similar to the Salvage Ops series that I previously had, and I guess that's it. I'll be back whenever something interesting will happen, or when we are planning something sinister. So see you guys in future Space Engineers episodes in this system. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.